In the following skit, you will witness the most important contributions and political affiliations or ideologies of Abigail Adams. Throughout Abigail and her husband John's life, they wrote about 1,100 letters to each other. These letters included political suggestions for the United States. Her ideas are considered the stepping stone for women's rights.
Abigail,
Yes?
please come here.
Okay.
Should I sign?
Yes, please.
Okay.
How's the rest of the talk to him?
Wow, all scripted.
Anything that needs little?
Abigail Adams, being one of the most important advisors to President John Adams, helped create and edit many of his doctrines that were vital for the betterment of America. She helped John Adams create the Alien and Citizen Acts as shown in this scene.
In the following clips, you will see how Abigail Adams and John Adams will agree on some ideas and also disagree on others. As husband and wife, John Adams and Abigail Adams agreed on many things, such as Adams campaigning and standing for elections. In office, Abigail would give many tips based on political conflicts or political issues. Although they agreed on such viewpoints, they had their differences. Abigail thought war should be declared, while John sought out a peaceful, less costlier solution. Now, I disagree with you. I'm so done with you.
The idea of women's equality was one of her major ideologies, and it was a point that she kept long throughout her life until her death, still fighting for equality in general.
I wish most sincerely there was not a slave in this province. It always appeared a most inquidious scheme to me, to fight ourselves for what we are daily robbing and plundering from those who have as good as a right to freedom as we have.
Abigail Adams writes one of the most persuasive letters to her husband John Adams, urging him and the other members of the Continental Congress not to forget about the nation's women when fighting for America's independence from Great Britain. Her letter read, "I long to hear that you have declared an independency. And by the way, in the new code of laws, which I suppose it will be necessary for you to make, I desire you will remember the ladies and be more generous and favorable to them than your ancestors. Do not put such unlimited power into the hands of the husbands. Remember, all men would be tyrants if they could. If particular care and attention is not paid for the ladies, we are determined to foment a rebellion, and will not hold ourselves bound by any laws in which we have no voice or representation." Adams' letter was a private first step in the fight for equal rights for women.
All in all, Abigail Adams was a supportive spouse for John Adams, who served as the second president of the United States. Her political affiliation as a Federalist and an advocate for women's rights led to the laws we follow today. Her political contribution of being the main advisor and reviser of John's work allowed for the best possible versions of his historical documentation and speeches. Her and John's work would lay the foundation for future generations residing in the United States.
Abigail Adams was so much better as First Lady than Michelle Obama.
Boy!